Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel and to my latest video, which is about pregnancy and about being pregnant. I am 31 and a half weeks now, which is quite hard to believe, but yeah, coming towards the end. Obviously I am well within my third trimester, so I thought I would do a little pregnancy Q&A because I don't think I've done one since my first trimester, which was a long time ago. Quick disclosure before I start the video. As you can probably hear in the background, Leo is outside of that door running wild. He wasn't very happy when I said I needed the living room to film, so I'm really expecting that door to swing open at any given moment. But if you're a subscriber, you'll be used to him sort of just gate crashing my videos. It's not unusual. It doesn't really matter, but obviously it is quieter without him. So last night on my Instagram, I put up a little Q&A and just let people sort of send in their questions if they have any questions about my pregnancy. And I got some interesting ones, really happy with the ones that I got. So I'm gonna just go through them and we're gonna have just a little pregnancy chat this afternoon. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a question that was definitely repeated a few times, which was if I've packed my hospital bag yet. No. And it wasn't until I really read the questions last night that I was like, should I pack my hospital bag? I cannot remember how many weeks I was when I packed my bag with Leo. Obviously I've still got like 9 weeks to go. Do I need to pack my hospital bag? The answer is no, I haven't. Personally, I'd probably wait till a couple more weeks till I was more like 35 weeks till I packed my bag. Or is that pushing it? I don't really know now, I'm worried now. But I haven't packed it yet. But it is going to be so different to when I packed a bag with Leo. You learn so much from having your first. And I will film it. I'll do a what's in my hospital bag video when I do get around to doing it. But oh my goodness, I think I took like a suitcase or 2 with me when I had Leo. I think we had one bag especially just for snacks and drinks, and I don't think we even opened that bag. I went so OTT, I brought so much stuff, just planning for every you know, what's the word, possibility. So I'm gonna be a lot more laid back this time. Obviously, my bag will not be half the size as it was first time round, but I have started thinking about what I'm going to put in there, and I will be filming it within, yeah, the next couple of weeks, I guess. What is the main difference between your 2 pregnancies? Okay, so with Leo, I had hyperemesis. If you don't know what hyperemesis is, it's when you have constant, and I mean constant, all day morning sickness. So I'd be being sick from the second I woke up to the second I went to sleep, probably like on the hour. I lost over 1 stone in weight. It was literally the most difficult thing I've ever done. And with little N, I actually didn't develop hyperemesis. I had all day nausea and I would be sick once in the morning, but it was like nothing compared to what I had with Leo. So that is definitely the biggest difference between the 2 that I'm obviously very, very thankful for. If you've had hyperemesis, you will understand no one wants to go through that after they've been through it once. Do you have a birth plan? So I haven't had the appointment where I sit down with my midwife and do the birth plan yet. I can't remember how many weeks you are when you do that. It all just slips your mind, doesn't it, second time round? But yeah, I haven't got to that point yet, but to be honest, it's nothing, there's nothing major that will be going into my birth plan. The only thing that I feel quite passionate about is getting in the water. I really want to try getting in the water this time. I wanted to try it with Leo, but I ended up taking a bit too much pethidine. And being a bit too spaced out, they didn't think it was safe for me to get in the water. So I'm gonna really try and stay away from the pethidine if I can. Not promising anything because you just can't predict these things, but I would love it if I could get in the water and try a water birth. Sorry, I've got such bad acid reflux at the moment. That is the only thing that will go on my plan. Other than that, I very much feel really laid back about it, happy to just leave it to the experts. Just, yeah, I just want to try and get in the water because I've heard such wonderful things about it. What are your newborn first baby must-haves? Okay, so I'm going to do a separate video on this where I will talk specifically about what my, obviously learning from having a baby before, what my absolute essential must-haves are second time around. So yeah, watch this space. I'm going to do a video on that really soon. What have you used to moisturize your bump? Okay, I actually haven't. Nothing. And I hadn't really realised that until I was talking to my mum about it not long ago. With Leo, obviously first baby, I was like major paranoid about stretch marks. I would moisturise bio oil like 3 times a day because I was so worried about marking. And this time round I've just been like, whatevs. Oh wow, he's loud. I've just not been that bothered, guys, to be honest with you. I haven't moisturised my bump once. I just kind of think, if I get stretch marks, I'll get stretch marks. I haven't, you know, I'm at 31.5 weeks. I haven't got a mark yet, but I'm really not that worried about it. If I do, I do. If I don't, woohoo. Yeah, I haven't actually been moisturising with anything, so I'm really not being helpful on that question. First time round though, if you are thinking about what products to use, I went really heavy on the bio oil and the Palmer's stretch mark cream. And I didn't get any marks with Leo, but numerous people and midwives have told me that if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Like, it's just different people cope better with elasticity in their skin. So if you're going to get stretch marks, it's kind of going to happen. So I just feel more about it this time. Are you nervous to go from 1 child to 2? I wouldn't use the word nervous. The overall feeling I have when I think about having 2 is excitement and emotional, because Leo is just so excited about it, and when I think about seeing the 2 boys together, that's very emotional and I'm very excited about that. So, but I'm realistic. I know life's going to change dramatically when he gets here. It's going to be a real adjustment that will take a long time for us to get used to, but do I feel nervous? No, I'd say that's not how I'm feeling. I feel like I'm ready for the dramatic life change and everything that it brings, and you know, Clint is so level-headed. He'll keep me level-headed and it will be okay. I don't feel nervous about it, but yeah, I'm sure it's going to be an adjustment. If you had a little girl, what would her name have been? So I've had a few questions about names. I have a separate video about names that we might have used. We have picked our names, so names that we might have used if we weren't using the name that we are. So I'll link that video in the description box. It has girl and boy names on it, but I do not give away our girl name. I don't want to give it away because we are pretty much like 99% sure that we won't have any more children. But you just never know, do you? You never know, like, surprises happen all the time. I just feel a bit superstitious about it, so I just didn't want to give it away, just in case we do need it one day. So I'm afraid that stays with me. Have your first trimester symptoms come back during your 3rd trimester? That's an interesting question, because I have been talking about that on my stories on my Instagram recently. I feel like they kind of are. I had horrendous fatigue a few weeks ago, which is obviously a huge first trimester symptom, but actually that's not too common in your 3rd trimester. I shouldn't have been feeling as bad as I did. So after speaking to the midwife, she put me on iron, and I am definitely feeling more energetic now, so that's good. But another first trimester symptom that has come back is I have been getting a bit of nausea. I also get the acid reflux, which sort of makes you feel a bit sick. But yeah, I have been getting the odd bit of nausea, especially when I walk around the shops. I'm kind of struggling with food shopping at the moment, which I really struggled with in my first try. And yeah, walking around the shops, I last about 5 minutes before I just feel like I'm gonna vom. So yeah, there are a few symptoms that have sort of crept their way back in. Are you having your baby in a big hospital or a birthing centre? That's a good question. I'll make that my last one. That's a good question, because I have actually surprised myself with this one, right? So my birth with Leo was started off brilliantly, like textbook, and then ended really badly, and I had to be blue lighted to a big hospital from a birthing centre, and it was all just a bit traumatic for me. So I've always been adamant that I would never go to a birthing centre again, and I would just go straight to a big hospital because I was so worried about the possibility of having to be in an ambulance again. However, like as soon as I got pregnant, I just knew straight away that I wanted to go back to my local birthing centre. And yeah, and I just feel really relaxed and excited about it. It's just, I love the atmosphere that you get in a birthing centre, especially my local one. It's just, everyone there is so lush, it's so intimate and so small. And yeah, we had the best experience there before Leo got a bit stuck and we needed some help. So yeah, I am going to a birthing centre despite me saying I would never do it again. Birthing centres are incredible places, and you know, they really run the risk of staying open in this current day and age. You know, there's always threats of shutting them because of cuts and things, and it would just be so sad if that happened, because they really are the most wonderful places. And if you do have a local birthing centre and you are pregnant, please go and have a look and just check it out, because I don't know, personal preference, but for me there's something so much more intimate about a birthing centre than a big hospital. So yes, I will be going to my local birthing centre to give birth, and hopefully I will give birth there. If I have to go in an ambulance, then of course I'd be disappointed, of course I would, but what will be. Let's just hope for the best and see what happens. So there you go, that is my last, probably what's going to be my last pregnancy Q&A. You know, I've only got a few weeks left, so I can't see myself doing another one in that time. The next one will probably be a newborn Q&A, which is crazy to think of. But thank you so much for sending in your questions, always appreciated. I love having a little sit down chat video like this. Leo didn't actually come in, which is a huge shock. I was sure he would. So yeah, just thank you so much for watching. If this is your first video of mine, don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I'll see you all in my next video. Lots of videos coming up. Like I said, I'm going to do a newborn must-haves. My nursery reveal is due to go live any day now, and lots of other things. So make sure you subscribe, and I will see you soon.